Hey guys, I'm Mr. D-Bear, and welcome to my Para guide for Legacy Isle. Now, Para is one of my favorite dinosaurs in the game, and it's not played as much as I would like to see it played. So, I'd like to give some information about this playable character, how to get out there, survive, and kill stuff too. So, this is for you. Now, don't forget to come follow the stream and watch me on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, let's show you how to play Para. So starting off, getting away from your apex predators. To get away from a Rex, it has to be just outside of that night vision range, right about there. And it won't catch you. It has a 6-second ambush time, and once that runs out, you're in the clear. Now, Giga is a little bit different than Rex. If you try and run from a Giga in ambush at the same position you would from a Rex, just outside of the night vision range, it will catch you with its 10-second ambush time. To get away from the Giga, it needs to be about double your night vision range, which we will show here now. Right about here is about how far away you need to be from a Giga to escape its ambush. And the thing with Gigas and Paras, everyone thinks that Gigas can actually trot them down. But if you have a full bar of stam, you will easily get away from these guys. I tested it multiple times with me as a Para and 3 Gigas on V3 and had them try and track me down 2 or 3 times, and they just couldn't do it. And they were tracking me for about 20-30 minutes each time, and they could never find me. So it is pretty reliable to get away from Gigas on a Para, even if they're tracking you. Now, I do recommend that if you are running away from something, use that full bar of stam, or at least close to it. Get somewhere, get your logout timer ready and rest, and then once your stam is all the way back, you'll be fine. Now, this is an interesting mechanic here with Para. If you're sitting and you press H to get up, you can instantly stomp. It's great for baiting in raptors and Utahs and things like that, which we will go more into that matchup here in a little bit. But first we've got Aloe, which I think is probably the most important matchup to learn because it's definitely the most varying in how it is played. So basically, it's the person who's going to be the most aggressive that wins this. The Aloe needs to get 2 stacks of bleed on you, basically to secure the kill. But with this 1 stack of bleed, and I chase it down, I won't die, and the Aloe will run out of stam before I will die, and then it's 3 kicks to kill it, and like 11 headbutts. And you can ride the Aloe really, really well. Now, when you're trying to ride an Aloe, if it kind of does 1 circle to get distance from you and then run, you won't be able to ride it, but if it keeps running around in circles, you'll be able to get behind it fairly easily. As we demonstrate here, I keep running around in circles on the Aloe, and the Para is pretty able to get behind me and keep landing hits on me. But if the Aloe gets 3 stacks of bleed on you, or 2 stacks, you're gonna die before you can chase it down, before it runs out of stam. So at that point, that's when you have to start playing very, very defensively. Now we're moving on to the Dilo, and we're just showing you that if you can chase down an Aloe, you can outstam a Dilo, with Dilos having around 2 minutes 30 seconds of stam. If you can keep an eye on them, you can chase them down and kill them very quickly. And the same thing if you don't have that 2 bleed droplet on you. Any more than that, you will probably die before you are able to get to them. Now I'm going to show the tactic, kind of if you're defensively fighting a group of Dilos or Utahs and you're outnumbered. Now this is going to be harder to do on a no alt turn server. So basically what you do here is you go up to a wall and you alt turn, put your butt in it, and then you do that stomp from rest cancel. But as you can see, there is a small gap where they can get behind you and out of the hitbox. So it's kind of like fishing for apples in a barrel here on whether you hit or not. And sometimes that Para hitbox can be a little crazy. But the nice thing about this tactic is they have to kill you with a bite because you won't die from bleed sitting. And you're also regaining stamina for your stomps as you do this. Now the Dilo wasn't as lucky this time when it came through and the hitbox landed and it died. Now, ideally, you would put yourself, if you're playing defensively against Utahs and Dilos, in some kind of position like this, because there's no way they're getting in there without getting hit. So if you can find a rock formation, or maybe on top of a mountain where they can't really get behind you into that small spot where you can't hit them. Now, honestly, the Utah is a little bit tougher. I think their hitbox is just smaller, honestly, because this Utah that I'm fighting here successfully got through that blind spot behind me, behind my stomp hitbox, successfully many times, to the point where I was on 4th screen, and then I got him with the broken hitbox. Now we're covering the fight against Carno, which is pretty straightforward. Your alt turn will cover, and just walking in general will, for the most part, cover your butt and not let them get behind you for bites, and it's 2 stomps to kill them. Although if you run into a group of Carnos and you're outnumbered, you might be in trouble. Now to wrap up with, just remember that you can basically run away from everything except for Carnos, Dilos, and Raptors. If they want to fight you, it's probably going to happen regardless. But have fun with Para and get out there and get some kills.